Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon to teachers, guests, and participants. Welcome back to the third International Creative Creators Playground at Sekolah Sri Putri 2023. I am Huria Amira binti Zulkarnain, your host for today. We are glad to announce that for this year's CCP, we have participants from other countries, such as India and Indonesia. It is lovely to have all of you here with us. Not to forget the teachers, principals, and students from Indonesia and India that are here with us today. We hope with the participation of various countries, we will create a great bond between countries and learn about each other's ideas and creativity at the end of the day. Before we move on to the digital animation workshop, I would like to notify all participants that there will be a Google form provided at the end of the workshop for all participants to fill in as proof of attendance. For the participants that fill in the attendance form, the link for the Google form will be provided in the chat box. Now is the time to start the workshop on animation. And with us here today is our expert guest speaker, Puan Zahara binti Zakaria. She is a certified Apple Professional Learning Specialist in 2021, also an Apple teacher with portfolio recognition that has presented and conducted numerous workshops for Apple Professional Learning Malaysia since 2018, and also has presented at Worldwide Apple Professional Learning Summit 2022. Not only that, she was also a senior lecturer since 2009 till 2021 at Institute Aminuddin Baki, and also the head of Multimedia Department Educational Technology Division for the Ministry of Education Malaysia since 2001 till 2009. She was also a visual arts teacher and examiner for Secondary Schools Malaysia, and is now an independent visual-based consultant after serving the Ministry of Education Malaysia for over 30 years in the field of education. She now resides in Kuala Lumpur with her family and 5 cats. We can't wait to gain knowledge from her from this workshop. Without further ado, please welcome Puan Zahara.
Hello? Can you hear me? Testing. Mr. Speaker? Miss Speaker? Just give me a cue. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I've been introduced. So this is me. Briefly. Hello. Assalamualaikum. Okay. Assalamualaikum again warahmatullah, and good afternoon to principals, teachers, guests, and participants from fully residential schools in Malaysia, India, and Indonesia, and also not forgetting Apple Distinguished Schools. Just briefly, my name is Zahara Zakaria, and I am very excited to be your presenter for today. Let's hope and pray that all the knowledge shared today will be of value in terms of ideas, new knowledge, as well as upskilling the use of Apple apps, mainly the Keynote and iMovie for this short afternoon session. Apple apps, as you know, Keynote, iMovie, GarageBand, Pages, Numbers, Clips, comes preloaded with your iPad and Mac, and of course other Apple devices. It works online, offline, powerful, and free. All you need is creativity. Okay, just to relook at the icon, I'm sure you're very familiar with Keynote. Okay, this Keynote, this is iMovie, and I'm I have been with Sri Putri for many years, and the girls are very good at this one, GarageBand. We are not going to touch numbers as well as pages, although those two are also very powerful in its own area, but we are not going to touch that today. That is only our focus will only be on Keynote and iMovie and probably a little bit of GarageBand, just the important part. Yeah. Okay. Sit back, relax, and let's watch this. This is created solely on the iPad. Sorry, I'm so sorry about that. So let's start again with the movie because the mic is not so okay. Okay, that's one movie, but that movie is solely giving you an idea of the theme for SDG for today. But I can't help but show you an example of two more past projects using the Apple Keynote, iMovie, and GarageBand. Even though this is not the actual full version, but I can show you part version. So that one for this drawing, you can actually see uh, a chicken and the
I've got a bunch of tips and tricks for you to get the most out of your iPad. This video is sponsored by Paperlike. Let's get into it. Let's start by talking about the home screen and the dock. You can turn off recent apps to get more space in your dock. Go into Settings, Home Screen and Multitasking, and turn off Show Suggested and Recent Apps. This will give you an extra 3 spots in your dock. iPadOS has a built-in screenshot utility. There are a few different ways of capturing a screenshot. First, you can click the lock and up volume button at the same.
Okay, I'm going to show you the screen again because that's okay. Let's show it again. Okay, this drawing was actually created by using just the Apple Keynote Paint, the tool Paint. If you can see this one drawing, I created the whole thing using just this paint. Yeah, just this paint. And that one, I'm going to play. I'm going to play it now. It was actually created by using Keynote only, and of course, sounds from GarageBand. Let me play it. Okay. Okay, that was created with Keynote just to give you the possibility. It's endless. The possibility is endless because of the paint tool. It looks harmless, but actually it can do layers and layers of colors, and you can actually get that kind of effect. Okay, now we're going into the project team SDG6, which is clean water and sanitation. And when I look at the team, I know water, soil, and organic matters will be part of your project team. But on the other hand, there might be students who want to venture into geometric shapes, pipes, objects, organic matters will also be there. But those shapes can actually be created because some people might want to do filtration or sanitation that involves geometric shapes. So whatever I'll do inside the demonstration will actually refer to the first video that you have seen, which is this video. It will reflect whatever that is here in the video will also be created in the workshop later on. So these are the brief agenda. I will touch on shape, drawing, animation, GIF, grids, green screen text, exporting video on Keynote, and the other apps that we will be using is iMovie, importing videos, creating a movie, using iMovie features, importing soundtrack, and publishing a movie. Okay, the last 15 minutes, we hope we have that 15 minutes for question and answers. It depends. If I'm able to see your question and answer it straight away, I'll do that. If not, you can probably message the organizer. The question that I cannot answer, I'll probably upload it in my YouTube, and probably that can actually be referred to by many other people. So that is my thinking, because the time allocated might not be ample. Yeah. Okay, interface iPad versus Mac. They are both powerful with slightly different advantages and orientation. Of course, the iPad has got the Apple Pencil, so it gives the flexibility of drawing. But the Mac has also other options like creating shapes easy on the Mac. So if you work both on iPad and iMac, Mac, I mean, it's up to you. You can maximize whatever you need to do your creation in both platform. Okay, we go straight away into text, right? Text, why you're looking at broad text? Because it's easier to see. It's easier to see. And if you are doing something like editing anything inside the text, so it should be broad and big. So what I'm using here is actually impact font. So you look at this one. So the broad text, I usually use broad text because I want to put something in it. I want to have masking. I want to have feel, or like the one here, yeah, image field. So I use this one because it's easier to see. If you use thin text, then it's probably just meant for you to read, or animation of other sorts, but not creating more not putting in more. Okay, the function of the green text is for green screening, but in Keynote, exported into iMovie, you'll see afterward how I did it, because I want to put the water inside the text, so the water can be seen, and the green text will just becomes hollow, so that you can have water at the back of the text. Okay, that this one is another outline text that you can get in more, in because you'll be using a lot of function here. If you were to click on the text, this one, then you can see there's a lot more on here that you can explore here. The bold, italic, underline. If you click here, you can get outline. Yeah, this outline. So I'm sure many of you also has explored this, but maybe to certain extent and not fully utilize it. But that's just my assumption. But I know Apple Distinguished School students of SSP that I've been with, they are very creative and they are very quick. And I'm sure many of you do too. Okay. Now let's go to shapes. Okay. Why I'm going into text, shape, because those are the things that appeared in the movie you saw just now. And all these things can actually helps you with your ideas, because shapes, you can use existing shapes and you can also create your own shape. Okay, let's go to first one. Okay, if you were to look at this one, there are shape template that is non-editable, but some you can edit because you have this one. You have this one, you can edit. Let me show you in so you can edit this. So those are the things that you need to know for shape that you can edit, and for shapes you do not know, cannot be edited. So the shapes are all here. Yeah. Okay. Some of you who has not updated their iPad, it might be the menu might be on the left or elsewhere, but the updated one will be on the top. Yeah. So let's explore shape. Okay. Let's say shape. There are many shapes here. I think without even trying, you can just look at this one and you can really editable shape. Look at this one, simple one. So what you need to do, if you select on that one, you go to arrange and you will see this function of break apart. So if you break apart, so you can see this is removable. This is removable. This is just a simple shape. Let's have a look of newer shapes that you can break apart. Some are not you are not able to break up. So some ornaments, let's say ornaments. Let's say this one. So okay, if you can see there is an option for break apart. So you, meaning to say you can actually edit this here. All these are all editable. Okay, that is using the shapes. There are many shapes, please explore. And they are also shapes that are being created by some function. So my shape is actually for shape that you create your own. So these are the shape that I have created because I'm using it over and over again. And some like this frog leg, I've created each one individually, so it's easier for me to do animation. Okay, so it's easier for me to color because I'm using it over and over again. So those are my shape that I have created and add to my shapes. Okay, so now let's go to the break apart. Okay, this break apart I've shown you previously, but hands on. Okay, hands on. Let's say we are going to see whether using shape template and creating new shapes. We've done with the break apart thing, and I'm sure you can have a look at the arrange. So look at this one, the arrange tab. The arrange tab actually gives you a lot of option. This one is unite. Okay, let's say this unite. Okay, when you create your own shape, when you unite, you overlap two shapes, only two shapes at a time. You can't combine 3-4 shapes and create unite. The option will not be there. This is something that we will go through in a minute, and we will also be using a lot of subtract. Yeah, subtract is to create a hole in the object. So as you can see in the previous video, you have water. I'll show you. You have water, right? The water goes up and down. The water goes up and down because of that hole. Okay, so just to recap. So we're going back to creating own shape. Okay, this one, creating own shape. using all this arrange tab, okay, and you can see here, I actually have created part of a part of pipe that I can combine to make a lot more extension. Just giving you an idea, this one, okay, it might not look good now, but I'm sure you can do better than me. Look at the parts, the yellow part I've created because I know it's a joint. And this one also I've created one by one so that I can join it and it's easier for me to color. That one is group. So I'm going to ungroup it. So this one is one part. This one is another part. This one is another part. That one is another part. Okay. So if I want to color it, okay, I can actually select that one and I can use gradient fill, change the gradient fill to some other colors that actually fit into the what I want to put here. Another one also, these are the advantages when you create shape because you can color it with gradient. Yeah, gradient fill, and you change it. You change to this one, so you can get that. Change that. So if you don't do that, then it's hard for you uh, to create all the gradient because you cannot simply draw and get the gradient function to be operating. So now let's go back to just giving you an idea because this shape has actually been drawn over. After I create that shape, I draw over to give it some depth, some more definition so that I can get a different kind of illustration. So you can actually click here and group it so that it's easier for you to big or small. So here that you can see there's water there. So if I were to play it, so the water can come in. Just to give you an idea, okay? You can see the water being at the back. That is for your animation part. So let's go back again to this one. Okay, creating new shape by combining and subtracting. So for this one, for this object, I'm showing you this object. I've created it by selecting the white, the round shape. You can get the round shape from here. Basic shape, the round shape. Okay, this round shape. So once I select this, I select another shape, which is the rectangle. I can always adjust this. And with two fingers, one, two, I select both. Then I go to the arrange tab. This one, arrange tab. Press here. And you can see at the bottom here, there's unite. Okay. It didn't say in writing unite, but that is unite. So if I unite, I'm going to get that combination. Okay, but I do not want to do that. Okay, I want to use subtract, this one. I want to use subtract, so I use subtract, so I get that one. So I get this one, right? So with this one, I want to cut again using this circle so that I can get that one. So I press this one, two at a time. What I'll do is subtract again, so I get this one. Okay, so with this one, I add this one. Okay, now remember I said you cannot add another one. Let's say I copy and paste. You cannot do this at the same time. If I were to select this, hold on. If you select that one, you don't have you now you are hold on that one, this one, you will have the combine, so you can have that combination. You have that one, so you can take that one put another one, press another, and you have that combine option. Okay, so you get this one. So that's just a color. But let's see what you can do more. You can do more here by actually, look here, the corner radius. You can make it individual. You can select here, or you can just do that, okay, if you want that. So that's how you create new shapes. Try it, because I add one shape with the other to get the new shape, and then add more and more and more until I get my own shape as has been displayed here. My shape, okay, my shapes here has been especially hard for me is to create the kite. The kite is quite a hard shape, and this one a lot more that I've done. When you're doing landscaping, I did all that one by one, so that when I do landscape, I can just click one and get all the landscape. For example, okay, let's add on this one, an empty one. Let's say I select my shape. I just want it to be like that. Okay, so if I were to do any kind of landscape, I just copy, I just paste. I'll have this one, and I can extend it front and put different color in it. So let's see if I were to put gradient of green and probably green and that color. It's not obvious. Let's see if I change it to darker. Okay, so this one is in front, and at the back there's another one. I probably want it to be a different kind of color, so that actually I can create front and background. So the front part becomes darker, and the back one, copy, paste. I can have that as a background. So you can see shape is easily created by just tapping once, because I know I'll be doing a lot of landscape. So this is one way that I'll do. I can even change the background. I can change it to something dark, or let's say something like that, or I can change the color if I want to. For the background, maybe this not that suitable, or if you want to make nighttime, so you can have this. You can have this. You can also actually reduce the opacity so that it looks even further. So that is one way of you doing the shape, the ready shape. But that's just a point that I want to make here by the shape that you're doing. So now let's go back to the pipes, and because these are geometric shapes, and the one that I've just showed you just now using ready shape that I have created from other shape overlapping, but that is more organic. This one is more geometric. This one is geometric. Okay, and if you can get that idea, and you can build a lot more. Yeah, you can build a lot more from the combination of shapes. Because if you were to look in the shape given in the keynote, some shapes can be combined with other shapes to get even better creation. Okay, now let's look at this one. Okay, this one is a shape I got from existing. It's from, I think, science, under the topic science. So let's see, science, right? I have this shape. Okay, so what I'm doing is subtract shape on shape. So this one is actually, you see what how I did this to get this one. Okay, there's water at the back there. There's a GIF video behind them. I have to show like that so that you can see. Can you see water moving at the back there? So how did I get that? I insert video GIF behind this hole. This hole that I actually created by combining two shapes, and I subtract it to get a hole here, and here I put a GIF behind the hole, and I got that kind of animation. So let's try here, hands on. Okay, let's say I need one shape. Let's say a basic shape. This is a basic shape. Okay, or you can have the whole area. You can also have the whole area if you want. It's up to you how you want it, but I'm just giving you um, a, an idea. But you can create a whole exactly where you want it to be. Okay, let's see if I were to take any round shape. Okay, I'm just using simple one, and you cannot see here, so you can just put a round circle or whatever color just to see the difference between the first one and the second one. Okay, that one. So these two, again, you have to select both of them, and then you go to arrange and you go to subtract. So you actually have a whole. It's the same concept what you did, what you saw just now. I took one. Bear in mind that you need not just use this shape. You can use other shape as well. So let's see if you want to do object. See object, object not fun enough. So let's see anything related to let's say let's say a book. Okay, now you cannot see that because you don't change the color. I'll change the color so that it's easier for you to see. There's a book here, right? There's a book here. Okay, so you press both and you go to arrange, you subtract, so you'll be having a hollow that you can put. You can put animated GIF, you can make animal jumping that already been exported to video. Then you can put at the back there and see the book is actually let's say I'll take the video, the ready video here. Okay, there's a video here. Okay, I copy this. I go back to the book, paste here, and then I put at the back. I put at the back of this one. You just arrange, go to the back. So now you can see in the book that there's water moving in the book. And when you do that, if you're okay with it, then you will go to the top part here. Top part here. You go to export, export to animated GIF. Okay. And you see on what slide were you on just now? What slide were you on? You were on 26. So 26, only 26. And the transparent background is on. You go export. You can make it large or medium, you export. So if you export that, it's shared here and it's save image. Let's see, where is it saved? So recent. So this one, of course, I didn't do anything with this one. Do you see? You see that it's moving because you export it. But of course, just now I didn't delete this one. I didn't delete this one. If you want the whole thing, then you have to delete and select what you actually want. Okay, so that is how you actually do GIF behind it. So now I hope you get the idea, because you might want to do sanitation, water moving, going up, going down, so you have to think of certain animation that you can do or you can use, and some tricks that you can create so that you will get what you want. Okay, right now, let's go to the manipulation of colors, size, opacity in shape template. I'm sure many of you already know this, so I might not go further because these are the shape that actually appeared in the movie just now. Okay, so just to show you an example. So those are actually shapes that I have used so many gradient and so many tone and opacity to give it depth, or to give it a sense of being near and far. So all these can actually be animated in such a way that it looks moving. Okay, so this one is just ideas for you to just ready-made shape, all ready-made shape. These are not even created; they are all ready-made shape. Even the mountains at the back here, I've given it a very light color to show distance and being cold. Okay, so that's one way to do shapes, use of shape. Yeah, hands on, we've done that just now. Hands on using the trees just now. So now creating, drawing new shapes. Of course, you have seen in the video, you have shapes like this. Okay, shape like this are being drawn. So there's a lot of reference for people who cannot draw. There's a lot of reference that you can refer to. Look at the reference and redraw. At Apple, we encourage originality. So of course, people get ideas, people get references, people do look for things that they want it to be exactly as how is being presented. So you can look for ideas, but try to create your own, because that will be the best. So those are three trees. So I'm gonna show you drawing trees, and of course this uh, roots. Okay, um, roots has got some limitation because the tools given, probably for people who draws a lot like me, I want more, and many of you would want more. But of course, when you are given such limitation, you would probably push your creativity more. Now, let's go into the drawing mode. Okay, let's go to here, the drawing. So I'm going to choose some colors that is easier to see. Let's say I use this one. Okay, I use the paintbrush. Okay, paintbrush. Okay, this opacity, it can be more. Okay, let's see. I'm drawing a tree like that. So I have a tree like that, and then I probably want something lighter for the, let's say I use this one, right? So now I want to select this. If I want to select this, I use the this one, these tools that I can just select it and I can resize it. Okay, so when I do that, I'll check whether that's you, if you draw, if you separate, then it becomes like that. If you do not want to separate, then you put it back, and then you tap the next one, select object, select all. Okay, no, you're not going to select all, the handwriting is well done. So I'm going to do it again, select object, select another one, done. So you can either group it or merge it. So merge, so it becomes one. Okay, becomes one. So I feel I want to add a little bit more branches. So I look at the tools again, see whether I can use any of the pencil given. So I want to have a darker color, probably dark green. So there are many choice of nib here. So I choose the biggest one. So I'll probably do that. So I want that done. So it is one complete tree. Okay, now that's one tree. Let's see what other trees that I'm doing here. Okay, let's say I'm going to draw another tree, organic form. I'll choose another autumn tree or something like that. So let's see, sorry, I'm using a different tool. So let's undo it. So choose this one. Let's get the autumn color, and I want it to be a bit more diluted. So I probably do one whole tree, and I choose another color, maybe brown. So I choose that one. And see, let's see, I also want to use the same one, using probably a darker color, maybe. So you can use a spectrum. See, I want to use a brighter color. So I see whether I can do a smaller. So if this is not enough, I'll do bigger. Okay. Probably have another one here. So okay, done. That's done. So I have 2, 3. If you draw it too close together, those two might be asking whether or not you want it to be merged or not. So I usually don't merge it. I'll do it one by one. And of course, at the arrange tab, you can actually move back, and okay, I can put it at the back, I can put in front. So here are the arrangement, and you can actually, let's see if I copy this, I paste. If I off the constraint, which is this one, I off the constraint, I can actually do it like that. And I can change the color of this one by, let's say I want some other color, so I want something like that. If I use pen, I can just tap and I change the color of the tree. Okay, so now I've got 3 different trees from the same, the same uh, uh, the same form. This one, the same one, I off constraint and I tap on the color. I've got 3 different trees. Okay, now that is the organic part of the trees, but of course you can actually let me delete this. So you can copy, you can paste, so you can change color. Remember, you can change color. So I want it to be some greenish, this green probably, and I can tap. So those 3 colors, that maybe that color is a bit too much, so use this one. Okay, now you have so many trees here. Now you can actually put where you want it, together or front or back, front or back, it's up to you. You off the constraint, you can mix here. You can also mix with the existing tree that you already have in nature. Let's say I put something here. Okay, I have this tree here at the back that I want to change the gradient. The gradient will actually comes in blue, so you have to actually modify it to make it a bit more whatever color that you feel is more suited to the environment you did. So you can actually flip color, or you angle it. Okay, so you want to make it here, or you can off the constraint and make it, or giving it a smaller depth of field and put it at the back. So all that can actually be done. Okay, that's the tree. Okay, now let's go to, I hope you get the idea of doing the tree. Why am I going to do the tree? Because it's some organic form. Trees are very important as a landscape. You know, you might want to do sanitation that shows the actual earth matters, you know, so you need trees. So those are part of the component. Of course, you do that. Okay, then this one, drawing soil landscape using drawing tools. So you have seen what I've done in the video, but you didn't know how I did it. So look at this one. This is actually has been only that one is group. You see, only that one is group, but actually there are other things here that I've done separately. So look at that one. So we are going to do a hands-on using the same tool. I'm going to delete it. So I want to see this one. Go to drawing. So now soil. Soil is probably dark, dark color. Okay. Now I usually make it smaller so it's easier for you to draw landscape so that you can actually draw that. Okay. Now you cannot see so much because of the dark background. Okay. Let's change. Let's change the dark background to something more let's say like I'll choose something like that, or probably no. So you can test that. Okay, now you make sure that it's back to small. It's easier for you to see. So now if you see that, you can make it wider. Okay, so now there's a foreground and background. So that one is one hillside. Okay, what I did to get the water flowing, I'm going to show you this one. You know, there's a well here. So what I did here is actually I get an eraser function at the back here, and I erase that. Okay, I erase that, so it's actually still together, but there's a hole there. There's a hole there. And if I do not like some shapes, you know, I want it to be a bit more subtle, so I can erase that. Or you want a bit more, so you can see that. So now you go put done, so you have that one. Now what you're going to do now is to create on another slide so that it's easier for you to see. Okay, so this creation, these are rocks. So I'm going to create rocks using the same tool. I'll probably use a bit more like that. You can use that. So I can use that, but I can also lessen the intensity by doing that. And I can change the color to, then I'll do that. Then I'll change again to more whitish, and of course that is up to you how you want to imagine rocks. Okay, now I just do one only one. Okay, only one that you can enlarge, or you can copy and you can paste. You can copy, you can paste here, you can overlap and actually change the drawing opacity to different opacity. So let's see, if I were to pick this one, copy, and I put here, paste, I have that one. Okay, I can do that. I can take the other one that I've done, smaller one, copy, paste, like that. And if you're not happy with that, you can go a bit more. Go a bit more opacity so that you can get that. You can go, sorry, it's coming here. Then you make sure that it's all done there. Or if you want to make it smaller, you can paste again, paste, make it even smaller by using this one, smaller. Only you draw once, but you actually get so many. Paste. You can always adjust the opacity just to give different look. So now let's see how it looks. Okay, this is just an idea. Okay, so let's say I have to arrange all that. Okay, now let's say you get all this, and you want to add the trees. Let's check what trees we have here. I can select all of them, copy, and I'll go and put here paste. Now, so now it looks a bit haywire, the color, because of the background, right? So let's see, I'll put here. You see, even the trees looks nicer like that, because this one I'll just cut, and this one I'll probably put it here. So I usually put here one. So now the backgrounds are a bit too bright for this one. So I'm going to change background to something darker. I can flip the color like that so that it's easier to be seen. So I probably put dark. So you can see the change when you do that. So this one you have to adjust a bit. Remember? Okay, so those are the things that you can do, and of course you can animate a lot more. And remember the video just now, the water video. So pinjam, I'll borrow from this one. I copy, I borrow, and I put here, paste. You paste and you put it at the back, arrange and put it at the back, so it becomes like that. And you can always animate it later, because that one is a bit too high. Then you can adjust here, see whether it works okay like that, or it's too high, or you want to change to something and a different animation. I've done here. Let me take this one. Oh no, not this one. So I'll come back to this one later. So I just use that one. There's another animated GIF that goes up. Okay, the water goes up. So like this one. So the waters goes up. Okay, up like that. So there are ways to do that also. I'll show you in a minute. So we go back to this one. So if you understand the concept, that's how I created the drawing, the animation here. That's how I created it. Of course, you pay a bit more attention on the layout, and even in this layout, I have paid attention to whether or not one part will be broader, the other one will be smaller. So it gives you, because organic matters, landscape are not usually symmetrical. What is symmetrical are usually geometric objects, like pipes, like things, metal, things like that. That can be identical, but in landscape, usually I've not seen one. But even is symmetrical, it's not exactly symmetrical. So that's how you create the this one. Okay, so those are the things that we tested just now. So now come to the animation part. Okay, whereby animation, you can do animation in Keynote, but you can also you can export to iMovie. Okay, but you do that first. Look at this one. So this one, line drawing is just using line. The only thing that you can animate the line drawing is using the pencil tool. But so far I've not you see this animation is line drawing at duration 7.5 and start after transition, so it's animated like that. It's line draw. It depends on where you look at this one, yeah, after transition. And this acceleration, none, is in, is out, is in and out. So these are the things that you can try. If it's none, then it means that coming out the animation and going out is the same speed. There's no difference in the speed. There are very, very slight differences. Is in meaning it goes in slowly and stop abruptly, more or less like that. Ease out, it goes in abrupt and easing out slowly. Is in and out meaning to say is going in slowly and it goes out slowly. So those are the things that you have to try, because the differences will only mean something if you want it to be in a certain way. You get what I mean? Sometimes you just want stopping abruptly, but sometimes you just want it to go very smoothly, and so you have to try this one out. So in Keynote, they are built in. They are at transition. What you want to happen after this, during this one, and also another one is building out. So how it's going out. So I think many of you are familiar with animation, but of course in Keynote they have add action and they have another add and add and add. They have that function, but that one is for you to try. Okay. So now let's draw the root animation. Let's put a tree just now, a simple tree. Let's say I take this one. Copy. I'll go this one. Paste here. Okay, paste here, and I'll check the drawing. The line drawing, I use this one. Okay, and I use the thickest one. So you can see here, if I use the thicker, so those are the same one coming out, but it's not that in terms of drawing it might not be nice because there's only one line. So you choose other line as well so that you can have thinner branches, thinner roots coming out. Okay, you can have thinner roots, you can have more roots coming out, and you choose another thinner for other roots that you want it to be thinner. So you don't have just a standard one type of roots. Okay, so now let's say I tap done. Okay, now it's together, right? So if I do animation without built in line drawing, see what happened. Okay, it will be like that. So it doesn't look like it's should be together animating. So what we can do now, we edit drawing and get the other one, these two, yeah, these two, remember these two, and you just separate it, so you will get this one separately, right? So you can animate where you want, and you can copy, you can paste, you can also change the color. Sorry, you can change the color by getting that one, the paint tools, and you can actually, hold on, see whether I can do this, and I can change. Usually it's not happening, but it can be done. You can change the color actually to another color. So or you can do this. You can do this, go to this one, go to drawing and reduce the opacity. So you can actually have this kind of roots coming up, two, two, two roots coming up. So it looks more dramatic. So if you want to do that, so those are line animation, okay, and it's only copy paste, and you can also actually reflect it, flip horizontal, you can get that. So now it becomes more dramatic. So when you do animation, you animate line drawing. So there are two line drawing here. So line drawing for this one, and the other one is line drawing for the next one. Okay, now when you press here, that's line draw. Okay, there's another one, another line draw. So if you want to draw this one, also at built-in line draw. So what you need to do when you say done, appears two here. Let me go back. There's two here. So you do with build one. We're not going to use that one. This one after transition, another one with build one. So what you will get is, so it's together, or you want slightly delayed. So those are the things how you actually draw roots. Okay, then you can put in here, you can copy. Okay, you can copy this. So it's not, you must put down first. So you copy, then you can put at the tree here. So you see where is suitable. Is it here? Or is it here? Is it too light? If it's too light, then you make sure that the opacity becomes stronger so that you can see the root. If it's here or there, so you check on the opacity. So drawing and animation done. Okay, for this one. So I'm sure you can try. Okay, then we go into animated GIF. Okay, animated GIF. We are going to do the GIF for this one. So now you can see on that one, you see, if I reduce the size, you can see this is done on Keynote. If I tap here on animation, you can see the motion path that I've done. The motion path is from, the duration is 9.25. I put a line path off because if you on it, it's going to be twisting and turning. So it's not suitable for waves like this. Maybe for birds flying, kites flying, then it's okay. But you have to try this. Okay, let's duplicate this. Let's see, I'm going to put another so that we can create from. So what I have here is an empty, if you can see, an empty slide. I am going to draw water. So water blue, say blue, make it like that. So I'm going to push it like that. See, if I were to do like that. Okay, now done. Okay, I will push a bit more here. If I want to make it go this way, then that thing, that this shape has got to be outside the slide. Okay, outside the slide. But if I want to go up, then it's got to be from down here. So let's see how I'm going to animate this. Animate the I'm using the add action to create path. This is something that you don't have in other apps. I've seen this. So what I get is this one. You know, this is smaller. So I'll create path. Let's see, I create path and I type done. Let's see how fast is the duration. Let's test. Let's test. Okay, now you see what happened? Just now when you create path, you look at that one, your the wave has an end that can be seen, that one. Okay, now you do not want that. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to animation, you just redraw path, and whatever you do, you must not, let's say I create, I must make sure that it's still within the frame. So that's how it goes. So I click done. So this is how it's going to be. Okay, you don't have that end, the weird end, because waves don't have, we can't see that end. Okay, so now that you've done that, okay, now let's check again the animation part. How it's going to happen is on tab. So we are going to change that to after transition. Okay, that after transition is there. So we go to done, and then we go to export. You can export to movie, you can export to animated GIF. Let's say animated GIF. So that's slide number 42, large, and everything is all set up. Okay, we're only exporting one slide. So 42, so export. Okay, that's the preview. Share meaning to say is save image. So where is save is here in the, so let's say this is the one. Okay, so okay, so now let's go back here, the one you've created earlier. So you actually import video, the one that you've done just now. There's so many, so I'm not sure where it is. No, it's actually very beginning. So this is the one, it looks like nothing, but it's here. You do that and you arrange it to behind. Okay, so now let's see. Okay, okay, now you can see that the wave has got this black water in it. So you can actually create the color of the background with another color. Okay, so that you can get a subtle color from the background to this one. So you can do that, or you can try the green screen on iMovie. Okay, so now how many minutes have I got? So that one, so we have exported GIF. So this one, yeah, and this water, green screen text on water. You want the water to because you can't do the overlap and create subtract with letters, with text. So what you must do is to actually color the text and export it to iMovie. Yeah, so that you can actually just export the iMovie. Let's duplicate it. Okay, this is a hands-on. Let's duplicate, and I throw away this one. Cut. Okay, I have this water. Okay, I have this water, and see whether or not we can save this one as image. Export as image number what? Number 44. So check number 44 to 44. Please, 44 to 44, please alert me if it's nearing time, because I'm really lost of time now. So let's say I export this. So save image is in this thing. So what we must do is actually open iMovie. Okay, open iMovie. So we are going to open iMovie. Let's get out and open iMovie. Okay, this is actually water that's been done before. So what I have is actually this one that I did once, of course with a white background. You can do with a white background, it's the same thing. So I duplicate so that I have another one. So I duplicate, okay. So let's see, undo. Oh, sorry. So I do not want this one, so just throw it away. So right now, let's say I throw away the water. So I actually import the GIF first. Okay, the GIF, however big you want it to be. So this one, you have to select the picture, photo, recently added. So these are the one that you select, and there are actually 3 buttons here that you can tap, and you put it green, blue screen. You see, once you put the green, blue screen, the water becomes empty inside, and you can see the GIF. So right now, not enough to duplicate, so you will have this form. Okay, so you have that one, and you can export as movie by just you have all that ready, and then you want to put any filters. There's so many filters that you want to put. Yellow water, let's say try that one. So I have all that. Okay, this one I forgot about the filters. We do the filters. You see, there's other things, so you can do a lot of things here. Water filter. Okay, this one camo, this one. It depends whether you want to make it from clean water to stale water or dirty water. It's up to you. So now once you're done, So what you do is, if let's say you're done, you tap done. Okay, you have that, right? Then you go export as save video. Let's say I save video. Okay, now of course is in the photo. So these are the most recent one is water. Is the same one. So you can use that one in the same way you use pipes or anything in shape. So the same concept. So if you want the shapes to be like a pipe, so you have to draw like a green pipe, or you make a hole by subtracting, like I've shown earlier. So those are the things that I think. So where's my keynote? So those are the thing, importing and exporting in keynote. So the water becomes like that. And this one is actually water that I created the text with background, with only the outline. And I've shown you at the beginning how you create the outline. And this one is another one that you see. I have to make sure you see this so that just now when the colors clash. So this is how I created rising water. So it goes like that. It goes like that. So the water looks like it's rising up. Okay, but of course you cannot see the ending of it, so that it looks more natural. So when you export, so it becomes rising water. Okay, these are all animation. You don't have to even use iMovie. You can just export straight away by using Keynote. Okay, done. So now assembling in Keynote and iMovie. Okay, now I've got all this. This is just this is a complete video. Okay, complete video, but this is just a video. Okay. Okay, now this one is actually the whole thing animated in Keynote. If you can see here, if I put animation, so this actually the cloud moving in that way, moving in one way, and then left to right with build one, and this one, all this you've got to check whether what's playing first. So look at this one. These are all the animation that I've done in this one Keynote. So the cloud moving, the cloud moving, and then the shape of rain, all that motion path until the very last. So there's about 11, but you've got to really curate this, so when the rain comes or when the water flows, then the roots goes up or roots come down to get the water. So all that thinking, you have to be uh, creative, or you have to base on facts so that it looks logical. So all this one are all being done only in Keynote, exported as one piece in Keynote. But of course, there are other two parts, the component of Keynote that I'll show you this one. I think let's see the animation part. Okay, so we will go to the next slide with a complete one like that. So sorry. So it's not moving. So sorry, this one is actually all animated, all in Keynote. So you can see it appears when. So those are things that I have done on Keynote and export it raw before I assemble it in iMovie. So that one is assembled in iMovie. So you can see that groundwater sustainability are all created in iMovie. That water rising. So I put the text here in Keynote. Okay, Keynote on Keynote, and just to give you an idea what comes after what and what goes after what. So it's showing that the clouds moving, the rains coming down, and the cycle goes on. Okay, this one was actually done in another Keynote, and I add transition of magic move or appear. You have to try that one because I don't think it's magic move, it's something else. But those are 3 slides of a Keynote together to get all the text moving. Okay, so may I know how much time do I have right now?
Unfortunately, we are running out of time, so we will continue with our Q&A session.
Okay, whatever the question, I'm going to stop now. Actually, I finished, but I'm going to stop now. But I really appreciate it if you can, students can actually scan this to for customer survey. So my name is Zahra Zakaria. My region is Southeast Asia, and my code is SEA2344. If you would kindly do that, all the students, so at least I can get feedback and I can improve myself more based on the feedback. Or I thank you very much if you are satisfied with it. And if you have any question, please give it to your teachers, or they can email me. Okay, they can email me and I would try to answer it and put it in my YouTube channel. So those are my YouTube and my Twitter channel. If you want to scan it and follow it, ataupun maybe I will give to your teachers. So, but do this first. This is very much appreciated. Okay, will it be okay, Mr.
Sure, Puan
Mr.
Zahra.
Speaker? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just to give a slightly one more or two ideas. These are some process of filtration. Just to give you an idea. This is also drawn using customized shapes. Yeah. This is masking. You can do masking. This is also the water in that subtract mode. So I hope whatever question you can forward it to your teacher, and I will try my best to answer that maybe at a later time because we are running out of time. I thank you so much, and I have to. May I exit now?
Sure.
Okay, done. For
Now,
the, yeah.
now that is the end of the digital animation workshop. But before that, Scholar Shri Putri would like to convey our gratitude to Puan Zahara for her amazing input today. Thank you so much, Puan Zahara, for making your time to conduct this workshop for us. Scholar Shri Putri also would like to thank all of you who are joining and supporting this program. A reminder to all participants to fill in the Google form as a sign of attendance, as you will receive a digital certificate for attending this workshop. With that, all the best for the competition, and don't forget to check out the submission date and for the announcement of the winners. Take care and goodbye.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.